Hey guys, it's TF now. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing another action figure review. This is going to be of the Marvel Legends series retro collection Falcon figure. So I did not get the Joe Fixit series version, which came out like in the 2020, I think. I was just lazy about it. It's still somewhat available on other retailers, but a while ago Hasbro did announce they were doing a retro collection version of this guy here. I decided to go ahead and pick up that one instead. While I've been doing the Spider-Man retro collection reviews lately, and I still have a couple more figures that need to come in still. I'm gonna go ahead and review this one for you because I've been wanting to get a Falcon figure in my collection for a while. Let's go ahead and take a look at the packaging here. Top half, it just says Marvel's Falcon. Top left there, Marvel, choking hazard, ages 4 and up. You can see the character right there on the left. See some comic panels in the background. It's very standard with the rest of the regular, basically Avengers or Marvel stuff when it comes to the retro collection. Bottom half here, it just says Soaring Wings. In the bottom right there, it does have the Hasbro logo. On the back here, I'm giving you a wide shot so you can just see how the whole back looks like. Top half here, again, top left has Marvel, and then Marvel's Falcon. Get the character there. On the right, a multilingual read-up right there. Bottom half here, there's not much going on, just some multilingual warnings, supposed to be Hasbro Marvel logo. And here's the barcode in case you need it. Let's go ahead and get this figure out of the packaging. So here's the figure out of the packaging. I don't have the previous one, like I said, to do comparisons with, sadly. But I don't think there's going to be much different between this one and that one. Just the fact that you don't get to build a figure piece this time. Let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that he comes with. Then we'll take a close look at the figure. Now, he came packaged with the flat hand, so he comes with some fists. We've gotten these sculpts for the fist plenty of times. It's just a completely white sculpt here. Nice to have some options, though. Other than that, we have wing pieces, which we've gotten with a couple of Vulture figures, and I believe the previous Falcon as well. This time they are, first of all, very nice how basically the feathers came out. Not really feathers, but, you know, at least long pieces. But they're in a reddish, basically, I want to say candy red. I'm not sure if that's the exact right red, but very cool red, almost translucent. Definitely pieces are translucent, just not completely clear. Plastic there. This side here is smooth for the longer wing pieces. They are symmetrical. They look really good. You have the tabs, as you can see there. The idea, which I will show off some images towards the end with all these pieces on here. Put that one on there, of course. You get this one on there, and I believe the way that it droops down, you're going to put this one. You might want to put the small piece on first so you don't possibly knock off the longer piece the way I'm doing it. And I'm having trouble doing it too. Pops right in there. Never mind. And voila, you can move it around and whatnot, and it will pop out. It's not perfect. Some people may glue these in. I don't think that's a good idea. So they stay in there pretty fine. When you're moving around, though, they will usually pop off. Now, after looking at some images, the biggest difference I can tell with this version and the previous one is that, again, very much classic paint deco. This, I believe, was completely red. These were actually gold. The hands were red. The red wasn't as spread out on the white as it is here. Again, classic paint deco. Not much different when it comes to sculpt. Overall, the body sculpt, the head sculpt is the exact same. So I think either version that you decide to go with is a good choice. This head sculpt's pretty nice. I think there's a couple spots where the skin splotches onto the white and vice versa. Not super duper noticeable and not to an extreme amount though. Nice gold on the forehead. The eyes came through very nice. Do have some nice hair sculpted there. Paint could be a little better, but overall still looks really good. And the white has some wrinkles there sculpted on there, so that's pretty awesome. Get down to the chest, as you can see, really nice, at least on the front, some clean paint apps when it comes to the red. Onto the white, looking really nice. Not so much on the back, not to a crazy extent, mind you. You can see a couple spots though, like right there and right there. It looks like some actual bumps and scratches maybe, but just a couple imperfections. Not super. I'm not super bummed. I just wish they weren't there. We do have a hole on the back in case you want to do some flight poses. And now this is using the Spider-Man 2099, the updated one from like 2016 or something, and the Sunfire body, which is actually used on this Spider-Man here, giving you some Examples of some differences. Mostly the same, except we have pinless tech here, which seems a little random, but probably because they had to make a new sculpt and put a big hole right there. They decided, let's go ahead and put some pinless tech here. Don't have him on the legs, sadly. I cannot tell if it's retooled or completely different. Looking right at it, it seems like the muscles are actually a little bigger on the Spider-Man figure. As you can see there, pinless tech on both sides, on all parts of the arms, looking really sick. The gauntlets are sculpted, I believe they're set. I don't think you can take them off. That would be crazy if you could. I think they are sculpted. Yeah, they're sculpted on here, so that would have been nuts. But we do have some nice red painted onto the white. I think the white shine, comes through the red a little too prominent. A red splotch on the white, as you can see. We do have some flat hands for flying poses that I mentioned earlier. Fingernails, it's a little bright, ain't it? Fingernails are sculpted onto the hands, looking nice. There's the chest, very muscular, as you can see. Nice muscles and whatnot with the ribs. Pretty much the rest of this figure we've gotten before with many figures. I think it might also be sharing, the Spider-Man body mold here shares parts, at least with the legs and whatnot, and knees, with this Spider-Man 2. Which, I think I said earlier, a little too reused by now, but it's still a good body mold. A little bit of a hot take, but I do prefer this body mold still over the Bucky Cap mold. Not that that was a horrible sculpt, I just think that also is severely overused. The boots are different though. You do have the nice treading on the bottom there. These are reused from the previous one. There's not very much paint variation. It's very much one basic color of red, one basic color of white. So yeah, most paint variation you're going to get is up when it comes to the gold on the forehead. Moving out with some of the figures, and get this guy all focused up. I'll do a 360. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with this figure by now, but there you go. Articulation is very basic, even more basic than like the new stuff that they do with the heads, like the ball pins or ball joints and whatnot. We do have swivel and hinge at the head. We do have the back and forth for the butterfly joint. Arms go all the way around, in and out. Upper arm swivel here. Double jointed elbows that are a little bit tight on mine. Swivel at the wrist as well as a hinge at the wrist for all sets of hands. Ab crunch. Waist twist. Legs go forward about that much. You're not really back at all. The splits are a little bit tight on mine, but you can go almost all the way out with the splits. Pretty decent amount. Upper thigh swivel. You do get the double jointed knees. Calf rotation. Bend of the foot, that's pretty good. Goes down that far. You also have it going up pretty far. And then an ankle rocker. For quick size comparisons, I brought out the figures that I usually do. Left is going to be Black Series Mandalorian. Right is going to be the Retro Collection Spider-Man from Marvel Legends as well. Looks like Spider-Man might be a tiny bit taller actually than Falcon, but he's about the same size as normal size Marvel Legends. So overall, I'm pleased with this figure, but if you have the previous version, this is not going to be the most necessary pickup. Unless you're a completionist and you have the previous one, you want to get this one, there you go. But I think some of you out there are going to be pretty okay with the previous one. I don't have the previous one, so we have this one here, and I have it in my collection as my Comics Falcon. I'm fine with that. It is a very nice figure overall. The body mold's being used is slightly getting overused, but we do have the new pinless tech on the arms, as well as the nice gauntlet pieces. The wings came through pretty nicely. Hopefully there's no paint chipping, because a lot of the times, if it was a Vulture figure that had paint on the wings, they would chip. I've had a couple, so that's a little unfortunate. But a few minor paint splotches on his back, but overall it is still a very good figure. He's a little over $20. I got mine on Amazon. I'll leave some links down in the description below where you can get this guy. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment down below. Tell me about the figure, what you think about the review. Leave a like, share amongst your friends. Follow me on Instagram for more content over there, and I'll see you guys later.